day everyone, especially to my Nori Haryani. My name is Nur Anis Adawiyah binti Zainuddin. Together with my group members from Group 3, would like to explain on pest factors. With that, let me start first. Now what is pest factors? First and foremost, it is a topic under the Chapter 3 Strategic Management called External Assessment. Both external assessment and PEST define the same objective. They influence an organization's mission, vision, and goals as well as to guide on how to operate. On the other hand, PEST was introduced first as ETPS by Francis J. Aguilar, and to make it more convenient, the latter was arranged. Therefore, PEST refers to political, economic, social, and technological. Now, let's continue with political by Anis Afika.
Thank you, Anis Adawiyah. Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Anis Afika. I will present the first external factor, which is political factors. Political factors relate to how the government interfere in the economy. There are some forces in political factors. The first one is employment law. The Employment Act 1955 and the Industrial Relation Act 1967 used in Malaysia to standardize the relationship between employer and employee. For example, regarding rest day, Section 59 of Employment Act 1955 stated that every employee should be allowed in each week a paid rest day of one whole day as may be determined by the employer. Thus, this affected the company as the cost increased because they need to recruit more manpower to run their operations. But the opportunity is the manpower will produce good quality as they got enough energy to work. The second force is environmental regulation, which our country implemented the first environmental law of its sort as the Environmental Quality Act 1974 that relates to the prevention, abatement, control of pollution, and enhancement of the environment. Companies that use the environment in running their operation need to follow the procedure that has been stated in the Act. The company may gain a high profit by ongoing their business, but the threat is it increases the capital of the company in following the procedure, such as having good filters for toxic disposal, installing air pollution controllers according to specifications, or even the cost of applicant for a license or the renewal license. The third force is tax policies. According to Gail, William, and Andrew Smedwick in 2014, tax policies can affect both supply and demand factors. By referring to the Royal Malaysian Custom Department 2018, in Malaysia, sales tax for vehicles has been set at 10% for both local and imported cars. Besides, the levied duty between 60% to 105% depending on the car engine capacity, and import duty can reach up to 30% depending on the vehicle's country of manufacture. Hence, the cost of the cars will increase, make the price rise very high. It is the most barrier to imported cars, but the opportunity is they having chances to introduce their product in the market. Other than that is consumer protection, which designed to protect consumers against damage, faulty, unfair trade, and other. In Malaysia, KPD and HEP is the one that responsible in consumer protection. For example, KPD and HEP implements the festival season maximum price scheme. Thus, the opportunity is every business will compete fairly since this act forbids restrictive or unfair business activities that limit or represent an abuse of a dominating position in the market. Another force is political trend. Genuinely, governments can raise or lower corporation tax as well as increasing tax rates on product and services, which will impact on companies' profit. Government also affect businesses by bringing new laws like national minimum wage, which impacts profits and employment rights. Here, it affects the companies since we know that government change according to the election that require the corporation to take time in adapting the new policy. Therefore, according to Eisen and Vega in 2011, political instability significantly reduced economic growth because of different ways of administration by the government. The last force is government structure. Malaysia has 3 levels of government structure: federal, state, and local government. For example, in Muar Johor, it used Muar Municipal Council as their local authority and adopted 20 bylaws, include the licensing of trades, businesses, industries, and professions bylaws 1981. The threat is businesses need to cope with every different policy by the district, but the opportunity is they can collaborate in doing their CSR activities. In short, businesses need to consider the complexity and government standards in a specific sector or nation, as well as the related risks when deciding which industries to enter or which countries to extend their business in. That's all for political factors. Iwani Izzati will explain the next factors. Thank you.
Thank you, Anis Afika. Assalamualaikum. My name is Nuriwani Zati binti Muhammad Bahir Razi, and I will continue with the second factors, which is economic. Economic factors play a large part in deciding how a company makes its decisions, especially financial ones. It is related to goods, services, and money. Despite directly affecting businesses, these variables refers to financial state of the economy on a greater level. There are 5 forces under economic factors. The first forces are government spending levels. Government spending levels refers to public expenditure on goods and services. Government spending policies like setting up budget targets, adjusting taxation, increasing public expenditure, and public works are very effective tools in influencing economic growth. For example, when spending levels has been increased, the government are going to reducing many subsidies which will affecting the prices in the market. When this happen, the prices will be expensive than before. For Malaysia, government spending levels increased to RM46,814 million in the third quarter of 2021 from RM43,971 million in the second quarter of 2021. The next forces are tariffs. It is a duty imposed to foreign product. Malaysia's tariffs are typically imposed on an ad valorem basis, with a simple average applied tariff of 6.1% for industrial goods. For example, for certain goods such as alcohol, wine, poultry, and pork, Malaysia charges specific duties that represent extremely high effective tariff rates. The third forces of economic factors is taxation level. Tax rate can be changed according to circumstances and situation. A tax rate is the percentage at which an individual or corporation is taxed to help build and maintain the infrastructures used in a country. For example, in 2018, GST was abolished and replaced with SST 2.0 at a rate of 6 to 10%. This rate has been charged in the market no matter what the product is being imposed in each category. However, there is certain product that is excluded from the SST. Next forces is inflation rates. It is the situation where the demand is more than supply. People want that products in the market, but the supply is quite limited. A rise in the inflation rate of any economy would affect the way companies price their products and services. According to Bank Negara Malaysia headline, inflation is expected to average between 2.0% and 3.0% in 2021, after averaging 2.3% so far this year. The year's underlying inflation, as measured by core inflation, is predicted to be less than 1.0%. The last forces are unemployment level. It is the percent of the labor force that is jobless. When the economy is in poor shape and jobs are scarce, the unemployment rate can be expected to rise. When the economy is growing at a healthy rate and jobs are relatively plentiful, it can be expected to fall. For Malaysia, the unemployment rate in June 2021 increased to 4.8% compared to May 2021, which was 4.5% after a 4-month decline. The number of unemployed increased by 40,600 people to 768,700 people compared to May 2021, which was 728,100 people. This is due to a pandemic that is plaguing the entire country. So that's all from me, and I will pass the presentation to the next presenter, Nurain Nadira. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum. Hi, my name is Nurain Nadira binti Jalaluddin, and now I will explain about social cultural forces, or better known as social cultural factor. The socio-cultural factor can be used to analyze the market environment of a given industry. It can reveal how various consumer behavior factors have affected their purchasing decision. Companies should use this component effectively to develop their marketing analytics and strategy. There are a few lists of socio-cultural factors which impact the customer needs and the size of the market. First, population. Just about everyone knows that population can be divided down into countries. Still, they also need to know whether the population is increasing or decreasing in the geographic area where the business will operate or within their supplier's influence area. For example, a decline in birth rates means demand for diapers will decrease. It will also indicate greater competition as the total consumer fall. So, questions such as the population growth rate and age distribution and what are the chances of this changing are suitable for the business to ask themselves when trying to expand their businesses. Second, psychographic. Psychographic data is used to determine an individual's attitude, values, opinion, and interests. When implemented, this thing can make a difference in the business and help the business produce a better product or services. For example, a survey can be conducted with the topic as to why there is an increase of stomach cancer for young adults. The survey will consist of various questionnaires about how they eat and if their family have history of smoking or stomach cancer, which can help draw a conclusion about the causes of the increasing of stomach cancer causes. Third, cultural identity. Cultural identity may also be a component of psychographics, though cultural identity are clustered in real and virtual worlds. The company needs to broaden its product into variety when they decided to manufacture their product to the specific culture in the respective country. It may encompass more than ethnic background. It also can compose as a way of life. Learning about and accepting the tradition, heritage, language, and religion of a culture is part of a culture identity. For example, Coca-Cola Japan is always innovative and creative in attracting new consumers. According to Kylie Yonis, Executive Vice President of Marketing and New Businesses at Coca-Cola Japan, it is not acceptable in Japan to have a product that doesn't evolve and get more perfect. Hence why Japan has long been one of the Coca-Cola company's fastest moving and most inventive markets in Japan and in the world. The fourth one, lifestyle. Organizations should offer products and services that aim to benefit people's lifestyles. Whatever business or product an organization sell, your clients, employees, suppliers, stakeholders are members of social, cultural, lifestyle and interest group. You must recognize them and be responsive to their requirement. The organization must identify them and be responsive to their need as they are the life of the company. Without them, a company cannot survive. An example that can be given in this situation is the rising trend of smartphone usage such as iPhone back in 2007, making Nokia's standard phone decline rapidly in demand. Upon learning this, the company chose to focus on developing new cell phones. Additionally, the new phones will compete with those of its competitor. This is how businesses keep up with consumer social trends. To wrap it up, social cultural factor with prospects and clients, a corporation must first understand who they are and where they are, what matters to them, and how the corporation may better serve them. As Donna Lubreno, a senior advisor at Northeastern University, once stated, we look at what changes in culture and society are taking place. The drive to eat healthier, care for the environment, baby boomers staying in the workforce longer, and adults having fewer children later in life. All of this impacts how consumer buys houses, cars, etc. So that's it from me. I will pass it to the next presenter. Thank you.
Thank you, Ain. So for technological, as everyone knows, the advancement of technology has affected the activity of organizations and create a new revolution. In the same time, a company needs to reanalyze their strategy for the development in the future. For example, the most common thing is internet, as it is one of the excellent and useful sources to get information. Therefore, the internet can help in searching new ideas for product, innovation, and manufacturing process. Now, what are the factors that an organization should aware under technology? The first one is invention, which is a creative ability to offer new products and services. It also can be updated version of current product and services. For example, Meta company who owns social media such as Facebook, Instagram, always provide with updated version of the applications like advertisement segment to promote the user's product and services. Secondly, an organization needs to be aware of new discovery that is not offered yet by others. It also can be referred as competitive advantages that create uniqueness to them. We can take a look into Samsung, who use the IoT to their product. IoT defined as physical objects that have sensors to enable sharing data with other devices and systems. Besides, an organization shall keep an eye into the changes of communication, as it is one of the methods for exchanging information with people. Back then, people only have the traditional communication such as fax machine or traditional phone call. But now, with the advancement of technology, people can get information virtually on social media and business websites. In the pandemic era, even small business owners took an opportunity to collab with online shopping platform, since they can get buyers' feedback on the spot upon the arrival of the goods. The next factor is on internet as roles of global engines to engage people around the world in gaining information. The internet also frequently used in education to obtain information, conduct research, and expand understanding in numerous areas. For example, the use of Google applications such as Google Forms, documents, and other features in it can ease the amount of getting information for education and research participants' purpose. Finally, the last process under technological is robots, known as machine programmed by computer installed by humans' ability. In Japan, they are well known for the advancement in technology, including robots. However, in Malaysia, rarely use the functions of robots. But still, there are some restaurants using robots to deliver their customers foods and drinks. In 2016, a Chinese restaurant named Restaurant CH Premier, located in Kuching, Sarawak, is the first to use robots as waiters to serve the customers. That's all from Group 3. Thank you.